But like going back to the Niners and like where they stack up right now, like name me a coach quarterback combo outside of McCarthy and Dak playing better complementary football than Purdy and Shanahan.
Nobody. And you know what? I'll throw Stafford and McVay in that conversation. They got some things clicking out there in LA, but that was a tough loss for them. We'll see how they bounce back, but they are playing a lot better. They should have won that football game, to be honest with you, against the Baltimore Ravens, but they're playing well. I can't wait to see Love and LaFleur tonight against the New York Giants and trap game, an ascending player, but nobody's taking anybody in the NFC over Brock and Shanahan right now.
No.
Nobody.
No.
You'd be a fool to. Nobody's taking a quarterback right now over Brock Purdy. He's 1-2 in damn near every stat. Passing yards, he's behind C.J. Stroud. Yards per attempt, he's number one. Passer rating, he's number one. QBR is number one. I mean, this guy is playing at an elite level. That's my biggest takeaway, Shasky. This offense is as dynamic, if not more dynamic, than the 94 Niners. Well, I can't believe it.
I mean, I know the explosive passing plays are going to take all of the highlight packages. CMC, take out the 72-yard run. He still ran for 75 on 15 carries.
I know.
Come on. Tough yards.
The guy's a stud.
I mean, CMC is ridiculous.
And then there's CMC is becoming a Stephen Curry, where we just get bored with his greatness. We don't even mention, CMC, 145 yards rushing. Go home.
Do you know that on 56 targets this year as a passer, he's caught 52 of them? Did you know that? That is insane. He's 56 of 52. How?
Yeah, I don't know. It's because of the quarterback. It's because of the play caller. It's because of him. They have an embarrassment of riches. If they don't make the Super Bowl, they're going to have about 8 Pro Bowlers.
I'll be really disappointed if they don't make the Super Bowl. But here's the thing on CMC. There has never been a player, even more so than Deebo, there has never been a player more suited to run any play in Kyle Shanahan's offense more than Christian McCaffrey. He is the ultimate Kyle Shanahan player. Like, name me a guy the history of the game, if I gave you maybe Marshall Faulk. And even then, I don't know if Marshall's vision's as good as CMC's. And I'm not hating on Marshall as an all-timer.
Yeah, it's right there.
The way he stutter step patiently and then shoots back up, the one cut step, the guy is unbelievable.
No, he is Marshall Faulk. He's everything we thought Reggie Bush would be at this level. When Reggie Bush was coming out of USC, I thought Reggie Bush could be this version. Run between the tackles, catching passes out of the backfield. It never came to fruition. Now, he was down there with Sean Payton in New Orleans, and they had, Deuce McAllister and Pierre Thomas, and they had all these different backs. So when Reggie Bush became a bell cow in Miami, he actually had one of his better years of the career. But I thought Reggie Bush would be what Christian McCaffrey is today. That's what I thought of Reggie Bush. Christian McCaffrey is so much better in terms of route running, the motions that you could do, running between the tackles, the speed, the break. Even when he's breaking on that first one, it feels like he never got the top speed. And he's still on his way to the end zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to see him with straight line speed. Who's faster, him or Deebo?
How many spin moves out of, where 3 guys are about to wrap him up, he either stutters, shuffles, or spins out of trouble and then gets 5 or 6 yards where he has no business. There were 2 plays Greg Olsen goes, I don't even know how he got 2 yards on that play.
Olsen's in awe. Olsen was in awe of Christian McCaffrey.
I think we say this a lot, like generational talent.
We just throw it out there?
We do it in all sports. Like you heard a lot with Ohtani. Generational talent. Christian McCaffrey is the definition of generational talent. Yes. He has no hole in his game.
But you know what, though? They have 7 guys who are generational talents. Trent Williams, generational talent.
There was a block Trent had where he just stopped after CMC went by him.
Right.
And he's just sort of nodding his head in slow-mo.
So think about it. We'll go out to the lines in a second. The lines are lit up. We'll get to everybody. So generational talents on this football team alone. Trent Williams, Christian McCaffrey.
Unbelievable.
Deebo Samuel's becoming that guy. George Kittle's becoming that guy at tight end. Nick Bosa. Fred Warner. We'll see about Deommodore Lenoir. We'll see, but I like what I see from number 2. I do. Dre Greenlaw. Who else are we missing here? Brandon Ayuk? You got the best fullback in the game in Kyle Juszczyk.
Bosa.
I mean,
we just flippantly forget about Bosa every time.
It's unbelievable.
Well, and I thought Hargrave had a really good game before he got hurt.
So I mean, Dre Greenlaw's right there with some of the best linebackers in football.
And the other thing that we haven't talked about, their acquisition of Randy Gregory and Cleveland Farrell has paid off. Those guys have been good rotational pieces for this team. And then keeping Kinlaw on the roster, I didn't agree with. You know what? He's been really good.
Look,
he's been really good.
Gregory and Cleveland Farrell haven't been as consistent. But you know what? in this rotation, now with Chase Young, it's perfect.
It's what I'm saying.
Early downs for Cleve Farrell. He's setting the edge. Nobody's breaking containment.
No.
Cool.
Randy Gregory. Good.
Randy Gregory, the last couple of weeks, is starting to show up here, starting to flash on tape here. So I like what the 49ers are at after beating Seattle.
I'm getting Charles Omenihu backup production from the combination
Jordan
of
Willis, little Jordan Willis,
absolutely.
Kerry Hyder for a couple years ago.
Now, I'll be honest, special teams, it's still kind of, it makes me pause. When I look at Dallas's kicker hitting 60-yard bombs easily, I go, I don't know if we have that in the bag, even though Moody's been really good. Ronnie Bell kind of scares me. That's the only thing I'm a little he kind of scares me as a returner. Love Deebo as a kick returner.
Yeah. Well, Ray, get back. I can ill afford a Deebo injury on a kick return.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? I think about Jalen Waddle at Alabama coming out against Tennessee, breaks his foot or ankle, comes back for the national championship. I don't want my good players on return teams. I appreciate what you're doing, Deebo. I get what you're doing. You're setting the tone, but I need you on offense.
And this week is Arizona Super Bowl.
Yes, Glendale, but there will be a lot of Niner fans.
Oh, no doubt.
Down there in the Valley of the Sun.
But this is Kyler's Super Bowl.
Yeah, coming off a bye week. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're going to bring they're going to empty out everything.
I thought they were tougher the first match that we gave them credit for.
No, they did. Josh Allen's played well in that game. And you know what? They have speed at the wide receiver position. So without Charvarius Ward, you could ill afford to let Hollywood Brown, Marco Wilson at the other spot. I can't let these guys get behind you because they will complete some deep shots. And they're coming off a good win against Pittsburgh.
Huge win.
They dominated the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, your boy Kenny Pickett.
Or Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
Let's go to the lines.
How is Mitch Trubisky? I honestly got how is Mitch Trubisky still in the league?
How is he the number 2 overall pick?
That's just unreal.
How? He got his job taken at North Carolina. And we just did not even bring that up during this draft evaluation. He got his job taken at North Carolina.
And I love you're going to hear someone say, well, Trubisky could do what Purdy's doing. Some idiot will say that somewhere.
Who's the guy from the Ringer? Ever heard? Was it Steven Ruiz? That was his name? I was thinking about him a lot yesterday watching Brock Purdy. I'm not going to lie. Because he's the guy who said, if Brock Purdy leads the Niners to a Super Bowl, I will quit my job and I will forever leave the sports world. I think he should just do it now.
If I just said to you that Purdy was a third-round pick, forget a 7th, third-round pick, wouldn't all the rhetoric be different?
I think so. But he's not.
At what point did we give in on Jokic? Jokic was a second-round pick. At what point did we finally all right, Jokic is awesome?
Yeah, last season when he won a ring.
It's the same way I feel about Purdy. He passes all the eye tests.
But think about it, though. He was the last pick of the NFL draft.
It's
if
remarkable.
He wins a Super Bowl and an MVP award in the same season, I think it's one of the greatest stories in North American sport history.
It's Kurt Warner, it's Tom Brady, and then it's Purdy, or it's some combination.
One of those. Let's squeeze